Brothers, why do we seek approval and validation externally? Why? Have you guys ever sat down and thought about that question? If you haven't, this is why I'm here today. To get you to really sit down and think about, why do I care what other people think about me? Because if we have self-respect and we know how capable we are in the world, and we know how we can contribute to the world, and we know what our value is through that. If we know that, if we've experienced that, we have self-respect. And because we respect ourselves, we love ourselves, and we have our own backs. And therefore, the only person that needs to approve and validate us is ourselves. If you know you're a good man in the world, if you know you've done good things, or if you're trying your best to be the best that you possibly can be, why would you give a shit what anyone else thinks? Why would you give a shit how people approve or disapprove? If you know, because you know yourself better than anybody. If you know you're a good man, and you know you're trying your best, and you know you're working hard every day to show up in this life, so, when we approach a beautiful girl that we like, we're so nervous about it and so shy and so tentative. We're so apologetic about our sexuality. Why? Because we're seeking her approval. We want her to like us, right? She doesn't have to like us. She doesn't have to like you or approve of you to show you your value, because you already know what your value is. Do you understand where we're going here? And when you know your value, and when you're self-approving and validating, because you know you're awesome, you know all the ways you're awesome, you're so aware, you know all the ways you're awesome, you know all the ways that you might suck, and you're trying to expand on the awesome, and you're trying to correct the suck. That's a good man, guys. That's a really good man in the world. You start working on that, and you know that you don't need anybody's approval for anything. And that's not to say that you're going to break the law. That's not to say you're going to, be so autonomous that you're going to do bad things to people. No, of course not. But it does mean you don't need to look outside of yourself for approval and validation. And when you approach that woman that you like without that energy, you're good, because you got yourself. Good morning. She will like you much more. She will be much more interested and intrigued, because you're set apart. You're unique. Most men do not do that. And that's why we're here to work on that, cultivate it, and know that we are excellent men who do not need to seek approval and validation from others. And the reason why we've been dealing with this most of our lives is because when we were kids, when we were in our formative years, we experienced things and we didn't get our needs met in appropriate ways. And we inaccurately internalize this belief that there's something wrong with us. These things are happening and I'm not getting my needs met properly because I'm not important and something's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with you. You just internalized a false belief. That's it. Time to start creating new beliefs, new stories, so we can create the man that we want to create and the life that we want to create. And so because we're going through life thinking something's wrong with us, we hide things about ourselves that we think are going to get us rejected from others. And we start becoming what we think other people want us to be. We become inauthentic. We carry toxic shame. And I'm encouraging all of you guys to reject that. To reject that with every fiber of your being. Because that's not your birthright. Your birthright is to be amazing. Your birthright is to contribute. Your birthright is to be capable and to be out in the world kicking ass. That's your birthright. Not being boys cowering in the corner. And don't think that I'm talking down to you, because I've been there. Believe me, I've been that boy in the corner. Believe me, I've been that boy seeking approval and validation elsewhere instead of inside of myself. But no more. No more. Hope you guys will consider that, think about it, and start to develop some self-love, some self-respect by leaning into the challenges of life, leaning into your fears, therefore discovering your capabilities, therefore understanding how you can contribute to those around you. That's direction. That's your value. And I believe in all of you to be able to achieve that. It is your birthright. And you are biologically wired to have all of that and to be all of that, especially with all that amazing testosterone flowing through your veins. Our potential is limitless, my brothers. Talk to you soon.